Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and I have a very exciting video for you today. At least it's exciting to me. Last week I decided to start Bible journaling again, so I thought today I would take y'all along a little bit of a supplies haul and then show y'all how I set everything up. So we're going to jump into the supplies haul first so you know what I'm using and what I'm setting up, and then we will start after that the setup. So hopefully we can do this just in one big long video and not have to do part two. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So as I previously stated before, I have Bible journaled once before, but I left all my stuff in North Carolina during this moving process and transition process. So saying that, I reordered Bible journaling supplies. I was going to have to do it anyways because my Bible was getting really filled. I was having no room within my Bible, and then all of my markers and stuff was going dry. So this isn't something like I spent extra money on. No, I was going to have to rebuy my stuff if I was going to continue to do it. So this is what this haul is. If you are trying to get into Bible journaling, highly recommend these supplies specifically because this is what I decided to rebuy after being a beginner in Bible journaling. So these are the supplies that I learned that I like and highly recommend you buy because I decided to buy it twice, I guess. So let's go ahead and jump into the Amazon part of this haul because I got majority of my stuff from Amazon. There are a few, like 2 or 3 supplies that I got at like Walmart and Hobby Lobby, and I'll tell you what those are, but everything else came from Amazon. So let's go ahead and jump into the Amazon. All right, so we're going to start with the most important thing of this haul, which is going to be the Bible that we're going to journal in. So this one I have previously purchased when I was a beginner Bible journaler. This is the very first Bible I used. I still love it, so I decided to repurchase it. What I like about this is it's not too bulky. Journaling Bibles tend to be really bulky as far as height and width and thickness, but the only difference between this and a normal Bible is the fact that it's a little bit thicker, and that's only because it's a journaling Bible. So the version I got was the NIV Journal the Word Bible large print. This is what the box looks like when that it comes in, but the Bible itself looks like this. So as you can see, it is a little bit thicker than your typical Bible, but it's like I said, it's a Bible journaling Bible. It's not any taller than your typical Bible. The only thing that's different is the thickness. This is what the front looks like. I love the stitching on this. It's very simple. I don't really like those Bible covers that like are popped like right up into your face, like with bright colors. I like the simplicity of this. And then inside the Bible, it looks like this. It's a single column text, and then it also gives you a column to do your Bible art in or take notes. What I like about the space that the Bible gives you is the fact that it's not too big to where you have a lot of room left over, but it's not too small where you feel like, oh man, I wish I had a lot more room. I feel like this is the perfect size for as far as like space to write and journal in. So yeah. To go along with my Bible, I purchased Bible tabs, and this is the brand that I purchased off of Amazon, and I decided to do something a little bit different for me. And I decided to go with this cream color and rose gold Bible tabs to go with my Bible. I think it's going to match the brand pretty good, I would say. My thing about Bible journaling, it's always hard for me to find tabs that I really like as far as like the theme of the tabs, like if it's going to be floral or is it going to be like all pink and that stuff, because I want it to match the brown of my Bible because my OCD just can't do bright colors that don't match. So I find finding Bible tabs pretty hard, to be honest. So the next thing that I purchased kind of surrounding this little topic of Bibles was this Jesus Storybook Bible Coloring Book for Ellie. And then I also got her this little box from Hobby Lobby with the jumbo crayons, as you can see. I got this because she watches me do my Bible time in general, and I do Bible time with her, so what if she wants to Bible journal too? So I decided to get her own little like Bible coloring book. I wish that it was a little bit thicker. I thought it was going to be a little bit thicker considering that it was the Jesus Story Book Bible coloring book, but it'll work. If I need to, I'll reorder another brand's coloring book for her. So I got that for her also to help to do Bible journaling. Okay, so the next item doesn't necessarily pertain to Bible journaling because I'm not even going to use it for the Bible that I journal in. I'm actually going to use this for my church Bible and like my personal Bible that I use to study. And yeah, so this is going to be my new cover for my church Bible. I really loved this when I saw this on Amazon. It's very westerny, very like, I just love it. I don't know how to describe it. It's very pretty. The detailing is very good on this. the inside of the Bible looks like this. And it's very basic. It's gonna be roomy for my Bible. And then there's also a pocket back here for stuff. So I'm super excited to use this. This is like leather, so I did pay a little bit of money for it. And if you're wondering the brand of this cover, it is Montana West. So that is the brand that I got it from. Like I said, this isn't like necessarily Bible journal-y stuff. That is just mainly like for my own personal use, but I thought I'd show y'all since it came in with all my Bible journaling supplies. Okay, so this next part of the video is kind of the fun part for me. It kind of brings out my inner nerd, and we are gonna start going through like all the pens and highlighters and all of that fun stuff that I chose to use with Bible journaling. So the first two things aren't necessarily like for Bible journaling, like I bought them specifically for that. I bought this just overall because I've needed them for just writing in general, and that is these 2 packs of pens. One is the Papermate Flare. I had like a color pack of these, and I might use those in my Bible journaling Bible. I have been known to use them before in my Bible, but this was mainly just for note taking. My black one was running out of ink, so I picked up a pack of the black ones. And then these are my absolute favorite pens just to write with in general, whether it's for school, Bible, note taking, all of that. So these are the stainless steel ballpoint pens from Papermate. Highly recommend these. Love those. So I just needed a new pack of those because I lost all of mine. Okay, so the next pack of pens that I picked up were these Micron pens. These pens are supposed to be really good, like journaling pens just overall. I've heard they don't bleed through your Bible pages and stuff, so I decided to pick those up. These are going to be completely new to me. Have never used these. So what's in this pack is you'd think that they're all the same, but they're not. Each pen, it has a different tip size, so it goes from 0.20 to 0.25 to 0.30 to 0.35 to 0.45 to 0.50. So you can kind of pick like the pen tip size based off of what you're doing in your Bible. So I've heard really good things about these, so I decided to pick them up even though they were like $11. Okay, so the next 2 items that I purchased as far as like writing utensils are these 2 packs of highlighters. I purchased 2 different types of highlighters because, let me explain. So this first pack is actually like Bible highlighters. They're the gel ones. I love having Bible highlighters like on hand whenever I'm in church. So I decided to purchase me some new ones. That's not to say I won't use these in Bible journaling because they probably will end up in that Bible too, but these were mainly, I bought these mainly for church. I got the nude pack instead of the bright colored ones, so I'm interested to see what these look like on paper. So we will test that later on in the video, or in part 2, depending on how long this video goes. So anyways, that's why I purchased those. And then these are specifically for Bible journaling. I love these. I used these when I very first was Bible journaling. At first, when I very first bought them the first time, I was like, these can't be worth the hype because this pack is like $15. So I went out on the limb and purchased them the first time, and ever since then I have loved them. They do call them markers instead of highlighters because one side of the marker is actually a highlighter and the other side is a legitimate marker. So when you look these up on Amazon, they are going to be the Mildliner Zebra marker instead of highlighter, but they have a highlighter now. So those are the markers I decided to get, slash highlighters, I guess you could say. Okay, so the next category of things that I purchased were things to actually do the Bible art with. So like markers, crayons, that type of thing. So the first thing that I bought were these crayons, twistable crayons. I got the 50 pack because I actually love these a lot. The only downfall of them is the tip is super thick. So the next thing that I had to buy because of that reasoning, because some things are just too small to color in with those, is these crayon twistable color pencils. Will highly recommend these. Like I said, I like these whenever I have something small to color in, not necessarily like all the time. I prefer these most of the time until I get to the rare circumstances to where I need to color something small. Then I use those color pencils. So that's what I got as far as like crayons and color pencils. And then for actual markers, I didn't buy like normal markers. I bought calligraphy markers, and this is the second pack. I have not used this brand before, so I'm interested to see how they turn out. This pack had a lot of them. I think there was like 100 or 120 of these in here. They have obviously different colors. I was not expecting this like case to be so nice, but it is. So I may just keep them all in here as is because this case is really nice. I was not expecting that high quality of a case to come with these markers. So saying that, I did buy a actual like case for my pens and all of that. But what I didn't realize when I bought this was it only holds 120. So putting this in here, I wouldn't have a whole lot of like space to go into this one. So I may just put all my other like highlighters, pens, pencils, and all of that in this one, and then just keep the calligraphy ones in here. So we'll see how that turns out when I go to set it all up. But I just bought this case to actually like hold all of my pencils together that I use for Bible journaling. So yeah. Okay, so last bit of supplies from Amazon. It's just 2 random items. I actually picked up some washi tape because I wanted to kind of start learning how to use that in my Bible. I have a little bit of experience with it, but not a ton. So I'm kind of excited to use that. And then I got these pack of note cards. I've always needed note cards just randomly whenever I'm Bible journaling or note taking. So I picked those up. Have no idea what I'm going to use those for yet. So yeah. And then I went to actually in Hobby Lobby for a different reason and got some other stuff. But while I was there, I picked up these 2 things. Obviously, it's just a cheap ruler because your girl can't draw a straight line at times. So I picked that up. And then I also picked up these little bookmarks from Hobby Lobby. They were like originally $5, and then I had a 40% off coupon on these. So I picked these up. They were super cute. They're floral, and that one says be yourself. And I thought it was very summer springy to use to mark my pages. And then last thing I picked up was at Walmart, and it was oddly expensive. Like it was oddly $7, and that was these Post-it notes. These Post-it notes I just needed like overall for like my planner and Bible journaling and note taking. So yeah, I got these little Post-its. Okay, so to start the Bible setup process, we're going to start by putting in our Bible tabs. This is something that is very simple to do, but yet still tedious because you have to line them up the way you want them. Make sure they're even and all that fun stuff. So you're going to see me do this for a few minutes and, footage. But obviously this took me like 30 minutes to do just because I wanted to make sure everything was lined up. So once we get this done, we will move on to more of the Bible setup. Okay, so I'm definitely not a fan of these tabs only because they seem flimsy. And then when I was putting them, like taking them off of the like main sticker page to put them in the Bible, it seemed like some of them were like already torn. So whenever I peeled them, they were almost like ripped like completely like half. So kind of not a fan of them, kind of flimsy, but they are pretty, so they might make up for it. And then also that is what it looks like from the side. So yeah. That is that. What you see me doing here is just working in the table of contents where it shows all the books of the Bible. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to group those books together by a certain color depending on its theme. So for example, I'm going to group the books of the Bible that talk about the Old Testament law. And then I'm going to group the Gospels together in another color. And then I'm also going to highlight Paul's letters in another color. So that is what I'm doing. I'm just going to break the books of the Bible down into groups based off of their themes. So that way I can look back at this and see what theme of that book is whenever I go to study it. So that is what I'm going to do here. And then I'll show you the final results once I'm done. Okay, so this is how I color coordinated everything. Obviously, I left myself a key, but I'm going to take you through how I broke down the books of the Bible and what each color stands for. So this dark blue represents the law, so the Old Testament law books. This light blue represents history. Acts is supposed to be in the history like color, but for whatever reason it turned out to be a mixed blue of these 2 colors. It's supposed to be history. So just ignore that. These from Job to Songs of Songs is this like periwinkle color, and it is supposed to be poetry books. This maroon purple is major prophets. This red orange is minor prophets. This yellow is going to be the Gospels. So this is where kind of things get a little, not tricky, but a little bit different. So in this Bible, I decided to break down the, I try to break down the letters into 3 different categories. The first category is going to be Paul's letters to the church, and then Paul's letters to his friends, so like Timothy. And then over here, I just broke down these letters as just general letters overall, and that is how I color coordinated this Bible. One thing I like to do that I did on my previous Bible that I Bible journaled in was I like to write a certain saying on like the little paper on like on the outside. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll show y'all. And that saying that I like to write on my Bible journals is, "This is how I fight my battles," which it looked backwards. It's not backwards, it's just because of how the camera is. So that's kind of basically the conclusion of what I did to my Bible outside of putting my name in it. I still put my name and number in this just in case like I'm traveling with it and it gets lost. But for the most part, it shouldn't really be going outside the house because I have my other Bible that's for church, and then, yeah. So then I have this Bible. So that is what I like to do with my Bible as far as like setting it up for Bible journaling. And then obviously now I am set to go to Bible journaling in my Bible. So, okay everyone, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun doing it with y'all, getting set back up for Bible journaling and all of that fun stuff. So I hope this gave y'all some ideas as far as like what supplies you need to Bible journal, how I set up my Bible. I hope that gives y'all a little bit of inspiration to add something to your Bible if you're Bible journaling. Stay tuned because I will have more content as I am Bible journaling and the things that I Bible journal and my routines and all of that fun stuff. I will also be doing a little bit more with Ellie as far as Bible time. I'm just waiting on a few things to come into the mail. And once I get those things, then we will be on the ground running with her too. So stay tuned for all that content. And I think that's all I have to say. Just like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned.